The moment I saw it, the tiny, ordinary thing that should have meant nothing, my world shuddered. Her phone buzzed on the counter, and without thinking, I glanced at the screen. A contact name I had never seen before, saved as an emoji and a single consonant. It was nothing, and it was everything. For a second, I convinced myself it was silly to be suspicious of symbols. Then I remembered the nights she said she was at book club, the canceled plans, the lipstick-smudged napkin in the trash. Small details stack into an accusation, if you let them. We'd been married 8 years, a decade once you counted the years we dated, comfortable enough that friends used to tell us not to change. Comfort, I learned, can be a slow-acting toxin. We had a rhythm of breakfasts and blurred weekends, of shared errands and an effortless patience that felt like a promise. The emoji name was a punctuation mark on top of a sentence I hadn't realized was running out. When I asked about it, she looked at me like someone trying to navigate a conversation they hadn't rehearsed. "He's Jonah," she said finally, "from the new team. We talk about scripts and episodes." Her voice was measured, the way someone explains a complicated recipe without revealing the part where they burned it. She denied anything physical at first. It was just talk, she'd say. It was companionship of a kind we had stopped practicing. Denial is a strange defense because it buys time, but not truth. The next days felt like digging, not angrily, but purposefully. I found messages that started casual and bent toward intimacy. Jokes softened into confessions. Check-ins leaning into longer, private conversations. There were late-night texts with the tone of people giving each other permission to be honest about stuff they couldn't say at home. When the evidence closed around the possibility of an affair, she stopped pretending to be surprised and started to be honest in a way that was almost clinical. "It started because I was lonely," she said in the small kitchen we had painted together. "You were there, but you weren't really—" Her hand found mine across the table, and the gesture was both a plea and a compass. I could have been furious, the righteous, dramatic fury movies teach you to expect, but what rose first was a bitter, strange sadness, not only at what she had done, but at how I had allowed us to thin to this level of disconnectedness. Jonah was not what I expected when we met to talk. He was younger, perhaps, earnest and awkward, eyes that softened when he spoke of her in the tentative way people do when they are trying to be less cruel than the facts warrant. He didn't dodge my questions, and he didn't try to inflame anything. He said, "I didn't set out to hurt anyone," which is both vulnerable and